What is up, YouTube? It is Kari, your sidekick, and today we are playing Hardcore Capture the Flag on the map Combine. And what the f is Hardcore? Yes, I did just bleep out my own expletive because I try to be nice to the little kiddies that are listening. Actually, I really just don't think it sounds good to cuss on YouTube, but if you watch my live streams, it's like a completely different story. I can't help it if it's live, but if I'm doing a post-com, I try to bleep it out for you guys, for the younger ones, so you're welcome. But anyway, why are we playing Hardcore? Oh my gosh, I hate Hardcore with a passion. I really do. And in fact, I have some pretty negative things to say about Hardcore. This entire episode is me talking about how I don't like Hardcore. So if you are a really big Hardcore fan and you love it dearly with your heart, you might want to just click off of this video. Otherwise, I might say some things that offend you. Or you can stick around, you can listen to my opinions, and then you can school me on what I don't know about Hardcore because, like I said, I am not a Hardcore player. Now, I haven't played Hardcore pretty much since Modern Warfare 2, my first Call of Duty that I ever played. I remember playing a little bit on the map Afghan, which there was a specific spot of the map that you could get on that I didn't know about because I was pretty new at the game, and people kept noob-tubing me, and people kept sniping me from it, and there was no kill cams, and it was driving me nuts because I had no idea where I was dying from, because at least when you're in core, you can tell what people, you know, are killing you from. And I'm not really big on trying to revenge kill people unless you kill me from the same spot like 5 times. Then I will die 7 more times to make sure I kill you because stop camping. Like, I don't know, it's really frustrating if someone kills me from the same spot, the same corner, or like they just moved like 5 feet to a different corner. If you're not gonna actually like run around and, you know, try to like kill me out in the open, I'm probably gonna try to kill you because I don't want you getting on a good streak and calling it some airstrike that you didn't even really deserve because you just like camped for that kill streak. And that was my biggest problem with it. And I do remember it saying, so I read the little description of what Hardcore was, and it said limited HUD, friendly fire is on, and increased bullet damage. Now, I do not know how much increased bullet damage is in that game. I don't know if it's the same as this one because, like I said, I haven't played Hardcore in so long, and I just remember not liking it. I played like 2 or 3 games and I gave up on it. Now, in this game, I know it literally takes 1 bullet to kill, and I think that's just absolutely ridiculous. Now, I don't know why sometimes you get hit markers, though. Like, sometimes I will get a hit marker or I'll get bloody, and I'm like, if it takes 1 bullet to kill, how is that possible? Did I just get hit in, like, the finger? And is there, like, a very, very small part of the body where it does, like, the bullet just skims you? I don't know, it doesn't really make any sense. But, have you guys played the campaign on realistic? Because if you haven't, it's ridiculously hard. So me and my boyfriend have been playing it co-op, and I honestly don't think I would have the patience to play it solo. I love trying to play the campaign on the hardest difficulty, and I have no problem with veteran, although veteran isn't really that difficult. And I was thinking, you know, okay, realistic's probably harder. I didn't know it was 1 bullet to kill. Like, it's ridiculous. Now, at least in co-op, you can revive each other, and that's why I honestly don't know that I would even want to attempt going solo. But that's not realistic, and it's the same way in here. I feel like it's not realistic to have 1 bullet to kill, especially with an AR, okay? Like, I get shotguns and snipers can be, you know, 1 shot, 1 kill, but an AR is a 1 shot, 1 kill, especially if you hit him in the arm or something. You're probably going to survive that, even if you get hit center mass. You know, you might live, and even if you do die from that, I'm sure you're going to have a couple seconds to at least, you know, try to get some bullets off. So that's my biggest complaint, is I don't like the time to kill. And I mostly don't like it because you can't turn on anyone. I think it is so satisfying when you're playing core and someone shoots you in the back and their shot is not very good and you just turn on that person, and I don't know, that's a very satisfying feeling. There's gunfights in core. There are no gunfights in hardcore. Unless someone's shot is terrible and they miss every single shot, and if you're turned around, that's probably not going to happen. Unless you are face-to-face and someone, you know, just, I don't know, just sprays all around you, there's no gunfights. And I think that's not very fun. I really think that hardcore seems to be promoting camping. It's a lot of times it's people in the corner, and I don't like to play that way. I like to run around and try to get my kills, you know, by getting up in people's faces, and I just can't do that in hardcore, and so for me, that is really frustrating. Now, what was Hardcore made for? To me, it seems like Hardcore was designed for the people who are actually really good at Call of Duty. The people that are like, oh, Call of Duty is just so easy. I can get, you know, 100 kills a game. Let's make it harder. Let's take off the HUD. You know, let's put a little bit more bullet damage on. You know, let's put friendly fire on. That's what it seems like it was designed for. But you know, pro players play core, and everyone I know that plays hardcore is actually really bad at the game. It seems like everybody that plays hardcore are the people that are like, core is difficult. Because when they go play core with me, the first thing that's out of every hardcore player's mouth is, oh my gosh, it takes an entire magazine to kill people. And I'm like, no it doesn't. It takes 3 to 5 bullets. And they're like, no it doesn't. There's no way it takes that many bullets to kill somebody. I got so many hit markers and it took my entire magazine. And I'm like, no, it really takes 3 to 5 bullets depending on the range. You know, do some research, watch Drifter's videos. I'm telling you, it doesn't take that many bullets to kill. You do have to think about range, but if it's taking you an entire magazine, that is how much you miss. And if you would play core a little bit more, maybe your shot would get better, because your shot doesn't even have to be that good in hardcore because it only takes 1 bullet to kill. So that's why I'm saying, you know, I'm not trying to offend hardcore players, but that is what it seems to be coming across to me, is like people that play hardcore just aren't very good at the game and have to have that super fast time to kill. Now, I like the way it feels when I kill people. Like, I like how fast it is, but I don't like how fast it is to die. So personally, I'd rather play core. It also makes it really difficult for me to use, you know, the specialist I like. I really like using the Tempest. Now, I miss this guy, but the charge rate on it's so slow that pretty much I'm not going to be able to kill anybody with it, so I feel like it kind of narrows down a lot of what you can use. I don't think you can really snipe at all in hardcore. I think it'd be pretty interesting to see maybe like a really good sniper like Sprat or somebody go in hardcore and see how well he can do, because there's really no reason to. I mean, the only thing that would be beneficial is that if you hit somebody in like the leg or something with the Locust, it would still be a 1 hit, but I don't know that anybody really snipes in here. I haven't been killed by any snipers. I tried doing it myself, and it was really difficult. It doesn't matter if I hard scope, if I quick scope, no matter what, I just wasn't very good at sniping, so I pretty much just have to run an AR. I mean, the only thing I really liked about playing core or hardcore is the fact that I don't have to use a suppressor because there's no mini-map, and it seems like if a UAV gets called in, it gets shot down pretty quick. Like, I would be fine with that. Like, if they wanted to make a game mode where there was no HUD, like, I'm fine with the limited HUD. Like, that's fine. The friendly fire I can deal with, but I do kind of find it annoying because I can't stand getting killed by a teammate. I can't stand killing a teammate either. I only killed 1 teammate in this game, but he did step out into my shot, so it kind of sucks. But since there's no mini-map, you can't tell where your teammates are. And so, I know he probably thought I was an enemy, but it sucks because you can't tell where they're at, so you have to be very quick with your reaction, but not too quick that you know, shoot everybody that rounds a corner, otherwise you'd be killing teammates. So, that I do not like. Now, the way that I play hardcore in this game, and I don't know if it's a cheap way to play because I haven't really played enough hardcore to know, you know, if it's like an acceptable way to play or not, is to sound whore. Black Ops 3 sound whoring is excellent. If you have a good headset, now I have Astro TRs, which are one of the top of the line headsets, but even if you have like a cheap pair of Turtle Beaches, you should be able to sound whore pretty well in this game. I can pretty much tell exactly where people are at on the map. I can tell, you know, if they're on the left or the right of me. So I think that sound whoring is an essential way to play hardcore. Now, I play running Dead Silence and Awareness. Now, I don't know if Awareness cancels out Dead Silence. I know it did. I'm pretty sure it did in Black Ops 2, but I really don't know if it does in this game. But I run Dead Silence so that I block out my own footsteps, mostly for me, but also for enemies, because whenever I'm running, sometimes I will get my own footsteps confused with teammates or enemies, so if I make mine completely silent and I hear any kind of footstep, I know it's not mine. So I know it's got to be either a teammates or enemies, and if there's UAV up or if I'm playing core, I can tell if it's a teammate's, and then if I don't see a teammate anywhere near me, I know it has to be an enemy. So Dead Silence is actually my favorite perk. I had to permanently unlock that first, so that's my favorite perk in the game. And then I run Awareness because that definitely helps me hear enemies better. It makes their footsteps even louder than my teammates, so I can usually tell where people are at, and I can also hear people's thrust jumping, so Blast Suppressor isn't a terrible perk to run. But that's how I have to play. It doesn't work nearly as well in free-for-all. Too many people were running Dead Silence, and it didn't really work that well in Domination either, because I could hear all my teammates' footsteps, and it just honestly didn't seem to work that well. So it seems like it works really well in Capture the Flag and in Team Deathmatch. But I don't know if that's a cheap way to play or not, but that's how I had to play, was just completely sound horde people. So that also takes up 2 perk slots, though, which isn't terrible. I don't really mind running more perks and attachments, especially since I don't have to run the suppressor because, like I said, UAVs get shot down so quick that it doesn't really matter if you light up the radar, but people still can hear you, and if you're trying to sound whore, you can usually tell where people are shooting from, so I don't know. The suppressor still might not be bad, and it might be easier to get one-shots with it, but I don't know. Overall, I don't generally run it. So anyway, that's my thoughts on hardcore. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really see the point of it. I don't know why it was made. A lot of my friends do play it, but more people than I know play core. So anyway, let me know what you think about hardcore. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Let me know. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later.